welcome to another installment. What's there? 6 left, Daryl? Is this 6? You okay?
I have a frog in my throat. Okay,
You sure it's
including
not
today
the
or
COVID
not
frog?
including today?
Huh?
Do you want to
Including
include
today.
today's?
Yep.
Including today is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to go.
Okay. I
7.
feel like we keep tacking them on. I feel like it was 7 last week.
Right.
But you know what? Everybody keeps asking me on social media and in person, fans. Sunday money's not going anywhere, right? It's going. It's gone, guys. It's going.
Wow, that's sad.
You know what? I mean, might as well enjoy it while it lasts, right? I mean,
Right.
the Titanic was great all the way until that last little spot dipped into the water,
Yep.
and then it's all gone. That's where we're at.
Wow.
Lauren, I bet you a Chili's 3 entree menu that Corey will be back in some sort of capacity doing a podcast next year.
Well,
I think you're probably right.
I mean, yeah.
He's just ditching us, Daryl. He just doesn't want to hang out with us anymore.
Let me be clear.
Amen.
This is Daryl ditching us, and he actually ditched us in March, and then he just
Right.
just.
But then he was confined to his home.
He's got
for
1 foot
6
out
months.
the door. He's got 1 foot out the door. It's just not the same. Not in person. I haven't seen you, Daryl, in what?
Yeah.
Almost half a year, more than a half a year. What are we doing?
I'm actually in Montana right now. It just says Charlotte.
And that's
His
just your
virtual
Zoom.
backdrop.
That's your Zoom background.
For all the people out there that have been nasty to me since I met you, Corey. No.
Yeah.
Since we started this. Last night was a perfect example of true interruption. That's interrupting.
Oh.
People are like, Daryl interrupts Corey. No, Daryl doesn't interrupt Corey. Daryl and Corey have a conversation. Last night was real interrupting.
Yes. Yeah. That was I agreed with the host. The first comment after that was a hot mess inside of a dumpster fire, inside of a train wreck. That's what that freaking presidential debate was last night. But we're not going to be talking politics because we are all screwed. So we'll just deal with that.
No, I want to know. Lauren gets so fired up. Lauren, you watched, didn't you? You watched the whole thing.
Yes, I sure did watch.
So did I.
Did you see the lady last night? It's all over Twitter. She was like, well, I'm just going to say it. We're on cable. That was a shit show.
I didn't.
No, so the first comment back was the dumpster fire, and then the second comment was like, I'll be straight up. That was a shit show. We're on cable, and I can say that. And I was like, I respect that.
All
That's
right.
exactly what it was.
Listen, it takes everything in me to stay up until 10:30. So I was out. Whenever it ended, I was like, okay, I'm done now.
It was not worth the extra hour that you stayed up for
Nope.
sure.
Nope.
Well, I feel the exact same way about NASCAR because I tuned in to watch the race, Lauren, just like the debates. And I made it all the way to when Corey blew up and wrecked.
I didn't blow up. I got wrecked. I got stuffed into the fence.
And
What time was
that?
that? Was that like 10:30, 11 o'clock Eastern time?
Yes. It was like way late. And I'm like, I waited this whole time to watch him blow up. I
didn't blow up. I wrecked.
I should get a refund.
I didn't blow up. We actually had a decent day going. We'd have finished 19th or 20th or so, and then there was a combination of a couple things happened. There was an interesting time for about 7 laps where Pepper was spotting for the wrong car on a restart. He was all clear. And meanwhile, I was about middle of 3 wide for, I don't know, 7 laps, running about 12th. So that was definitely interesting. And then I think somebody cut a tire. The 95 cut a tire, and the 24 got hooked. And then people were doing some evasive maneuvering, and I got the short end of the stick and hit the wall with about 3 to go. So that was that. I still beat Bubba. Hey, I still beat Bubba with a wrecked race car. And Daniel Suarez.
3 to go, he wrecks Lauren. The whole car is filled with smoke. The poor little Trump car is limping down the way, and I go, you know what? This is why I need to just DVR these races, because I'm only watching to see what happens to Corey. Is it gonna be 28th? Is it gonna be 32nd? Where are we going? I
think I could say this now. There has been a common consensus within the team that paint scheme was cursed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we wrecked one time all year until we got that deal, and then that car, when that paint scheme was on, it wrecked or got spun out or something happened, part malfunction, 8 out of 9 races.
Oh boy.
8 out of 9.
Is it done?
I believe it's done.
Okay.
It's probably done after I just said that, but I think it's done anyways. So yeah, that ran its course.
I
weathered
know.
the
So you
storm.
didn't. Oh my God, guys! So you didn't
Dude, are you
really.
okay?
You didn't blow up. You kind of got caught up.
So what had happened was I was on the right rear quarter panel of the 38 down the front straightaway, because you never expect a wreck to happen down the front straightaway. And when the 24 got spun out, about 7 cars up, he got spun like across the nose of the 38, I guess you could say, and the 38 turned right just to miss him. Meanwhile, I was on his right rear quarter. It hooked my left front, and I hit the outside wall right when the wall starts kind of coming back after the tri-oval, and it killed it. So that was unfortunate because we had a decent day going. We had some good strategy and didn't pan out for us. But we're going to Talladega this week. I'm excited about that. We usually run pretty good there. If we can, it's worked out to where I was thinking about earlier today. We have got wrecked in the top 10 on the last lap of a speedway every race this year. The 500, we got wrecked. Well, I just pile drove Ryan Newman in the window, finished 8th there. And then in Talladega, got wrecked last lap in the top 10. And then we turned around at Daytona, got wrecked in the top 10 there. So if we can just make it from like, as soon as a white flag comes out around the track to where we were running, we should have a pretty good day with the old Schluter Systems Ford Mustang.
Right. And I think this is the first time that we've had like a super speedway race as the final race in a round. Is it the round?
No, this is the middle race, yeah.
Oh boy, you guys see how much I pay attention. All of these races are just running
Now,
together. For some reason, I was thinking that it ended this week.
Well, maybe your brain's still thinking about Daytona being the last race.
Oh,
in the
that
regular
is what I
season.
was thinking. That is. Okay. Sorry. See, I'm getting it all.
But I don't want to get too far ahead here.
Oh, okay.
Hometown hero Kurt Busch got the win this weekend.
He sure did.
I didn't hear his post-race interview. I'm sure he was pumped up.
I figured Daryl was going to have something to say to us about that because we talked about old Kurt Busch last week and old Kyle Larson, and Daryl thought that we didn't fully appreciate the champion that Kurt Busch is.
Don't even get my blood pressure fired up this morning. But Daryl, I'd love to hear your 2 cents on Kurt Busch getting that win at Vegas.
He's a champion. I wasn't shocked. He ran a good race, man. He drove.
Hang on. I don't want to.
You know what I think it is?
I don't want to Donald Trump. I'm gonna Donald Trump. Hey, I'm gonna Donald Trump interrupt you. Hey, there.
I think Corey has ruined NASCAR for me when I think about it, Lauren. That's what's happening.
I'm gonna interrupt you.
He's ruined it.
He has ruined the whole sport. I loved this sport. I loved NASCAR. Then I become better friends with Corey. Now I hate NASCAR.
Why is that? Because you know how it actually works instead of just like now knowing like instead of just knowing like all the cars are painted and
I
ride
can't
around.
let it go. I can't get over the disparity. Here's my first thought. And I'm biting my tongue, but now I'm not going to bite my tongue because I don't even care.
There's only
he doesn't even like NASCAR. He doesn't care. No, I know behind the curtain. I've seen behind the wonderful world of Oz, and I know too much because of that man right there, wherever you're sitting. When you asked if I liked Kurt Busch, what my thought was, he really drove harder than some of the other cars because his equipment was not up to par with the people that are on his tail.
Mm-hmm.
So in actuality, he really drove a hell of a race because he had to really put in more effort to get that particular car to victory lane while Denny Hamlin is cutting up through the field in a lap and a half. I mean, but you're not supposed to say that. They can't go on TV after and go, man, that equipment with Kurt Busch, that was something to see. He really made the most of that car today. You can't say that. That's not sexy. And it's your fault. I shouldn't know any of this. I should be in the stands with my beer going,
hell yeah, Kurt Busch. Well, I'm glad you are starting to see the way it works, and appreciate Kurt Busch's driving talent for what it is, and also appreciate a driver who was his teammate there for 2 years who was statistically better than Kurt Busch. But I don't even want to talk about that.
Oh no.
We're talking about Kyle Larson?
The last two wins of Kurt Busch's career Last year he won Kentucky. This year he won Vegas, obviously.
I need a haircut again.
Both have been when he gets track position, when some guys pit, some guys stay out, and he cycled to the lead. And obviously clean air is, the saying of cash is king. Well, clean air anymore at a mile and a half with this low horsepower, high downforce, package is king. And if you get the sniff of the clean air and you keep it, you can barely control the race. And Kurt's obviously, he is a championship caliber driver, still is. What I thought was interesting, what I wanted to bring up earlier is there's not many sports, quote unquote, that a guy who won a championship in 2004, 16 years ago, can still be competitive and win races or games, right? That's so unique about our sport, quote unquote, that a guy like Kevin Harvick can be, I think he's 43, Kurt can be a champion 16 years ago and still be contender for race wins. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
It makes it tough for guys breaking into the sport because statistically, the older you get, the more experience you get, and it's more valuable. I think the peak of a driver's career is about 38 per David Smith's statistics. So I got a little bit of ways to go. I'm feeling good. It was my birthday, so I'm Friday.
Right.
So I'm 1 year closer to my peak, my prime. So everybody, sit tight for another 7 years, and I'll be ready to rock. But that was cool to see.
Is that a fair statement, though, that Kurt really had to drive harder than some of the other drivers to get that win?
I wouldn't say anybody drove harder or less, but he certainly got on the wheel, pulled the belts tight, and held on to the track position. He got the job done. I mean, that was pretty cool. He was also probably the dark horse in that particular round of 12. Now, by him getting in, he was probably, odds are, he was going to probably get bumped this particular round. So now that he's in, it puts one guy that his chances were a little bit better if Kurt wasn't in on the fringe, whether that be his brother, Kyle Busch, who famously said last week that he didn't expect to make it out of this round of the playoffs, which I think he's -9 right now. Doesn't look good for him, but you never count out that guy. He's a champion.
Well,
he's a reigning champion.
Listen, Lauren, Braxton Busch has more wins in 2020 than his dad.
He sure does.
Yeah. So I feel like we should offer congratulations to Braxton Busch.
Yeah.
For his first career
should we go ahead and give him our clutch
performer
of the week?
You can't reveal it.
Oh,
it's the same thing all over again. You know that they rolled that little cart out of a fancy trailer pulled by a sparkling clean dually.
Well, yeah.
That kid came with the goods to the racetrack.
It doesn't
while all the
matter.
other kids got patches on their jeans. And Lauren, you've been to
Still
these
got it.
Daryl, I don't think any of those kids are struggling for food.
When you're that young, you don't know what's good and what's bad, right? You don't really start comparing what you have versus you don't start comparing your parents' car to what car you're riding in or somebody else is riding in until you're like, in like 8th grade.
Sure.
So you don't know that your Toyota Tundra, brand new, 2020 TRD Pro Max, whatever it is, pulling your 40-foot trailer with your Cub Cadet rolling out of it is any better than the guy that rolled in with the back of the truck. So regardless, it's cool to see Brexton out there carrying on the family tradition. I saw Tom Busch, Kyle's dad, Kurt's dad, was out there as well. He's the one wrenching on it. He's a interesting character, so it's cool to see Brexton out there. I just hope that they don't push him super duper hard and they let him kind of develop and grow and love the sport as opposed to feeling like he has to do it.
Yeah.
You saw, I go back and think about a kid like Matt Martin, Mark's kid, right? When we were growing up racing, he was pretty much the man. I mean, he would show up, to Daryl's point, stacker trailer. We would race a summer shootout on Tuesday nights at Charlotte out here, and he was sponsored by Gatorade. He's number 2. It made my 12-year-old butt so jealous. They'd roll out, so that Gatorade had these little, remember these little the little short bottles? They were called Gatorade All-Stars. They would roll out. There was 4
Are those
flavors.
the ones that are wax and you put them in your mouth and you chew on them?
No, they were just actual like the small bottles, but they were called All-Stars. And they had like these specific flavors, watermelon, right, whatever. And they had a bandolero for every color. and they legitimately would roll 4 bandoleros out and sit them there. And like during practice, he would jump in every single one and like see which one was better that night, and then go race.
Oh boy.
So then he went from there. He went to late models. He was sponsored by Coca-Cola, right? He was like, he had it all.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got to the point where he didn't love the sport anymore. And I think he gave it up 14, 15 before he really got into the NASCAR stuff. I asked Mark a couple weeks ago. He's doing well. He's living in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I hope that doesn't happen, because he's going to have the same opportunities and the same partners and, you know, ties with manufacturers as any kid imaginable, right? So good luck to him. Hopefully, you know, and Kyle obviously knows the sport as good as anybody, and he will, I'm sure, test him and push him and develop him how he seems fit.
Yeah.
Hopefully that works out. Time will tell. But he will certainly be
I
in
raised
whatever.
you to be a winner. Now get out there and win, son.
Hey, those are big shoes to fill. When your dad's Kyle Busch, man, jeez. Not saying Randy LaJoie wasn't a good race car driver, but he wasn't Kyle Busch, right? Like, those are, when you go down in your dad's trophy room and it's like, holy, 208 of these damn trophies around, like, what am I doing? You know, that's big shoes to live up to. So good luck, Brexton. We will give you your clutch performer later in the show.
Okay.
So wait there.
Is he a Silver Spoon driver? Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess per definition, yes, but you don't really. We're not giving. He's getting a clutch performer. He's getting a cold brew coffee. He's not getting a silver spoon. Take it easy on the kid.
I was just wondering
6
if that's
years
like
old.
the next generation. He's officially the first Silver Spoon kid. You know?
I think he's probably the definition of.
It's going to be him and Cash and Keelan and Owen. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, those kids still got to get on the wheel and earn it eventually, right? Like,
yeah, Chase Elliott did.
Yeah, you know. So that's where we're at. How do we get on that? How do we get on that topic?
Brexton.
That's what we do, Corey. We just shoot the breeze.
Oh, yeah. So we're talking about Brexton, talking about Kurt. Mm-hmm. So that'll be interesting to see who gets bumped out here. There's going to be obviously a big one here this weekend at Talladega. Just try to be not in it. Should shake up the playoff standings a little bit.
Crazy.
But in big news this morning, the 2021 schedule that everybody has been impatiently waiting for got released. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, NASCAR hasn't released it, but you know what? I was thinking this morning as well. I almost feel bad for NASCAR. They can't do a damn thing that doesn't get put out. Now, I've been a person who's probably said something before it was announced, in an inopportune time, but somebody got the legitimate schedule with the dates and the whole deal,
right,
before they're allowed to announce it or whatever, right? Like, it's this big race to be the first. I feel for NASCAR not be able to announce their own schedule without it getting out first.
Right.
You know,
damn you, Adam Stern.
It wasn't Adam Stern.
No, it wasn't. I think Chris Knight. It
was Jordan Bianchi.
Oh, okay.
And nothing against Jordan.
I'm way off.
Hey, nothing against Jordan Bianchi. He did his job, right? Your job is to break stuff first. But when it comes, I let NASCAR announce their stuff. But, you know, and I get that you can piece the schedule together because everybody has their existing weekends and they've already announced their dates. But here we go. They did a ton of road course for the Clash. Not particularly excited about that because there's going to be, 16 cars in there. The race wasn't particularly good when there was 40 cars on the racetrack. But instead now we're going to put half of those amount of cars. And maybe it's better. Who knows? Obviously, we got the duels, the 2 qualifying races, Daytona, the 500. Big change, second race of the year. Instead of going directly to the West Coast, they stopped. Well, we're going to Daytona and then driving another 7 hours down to Miami and then going to the West Coast. So that'll be a little bit tough logistically on the teams. Daryl, you looking at the schedule? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have it right here. Lots of road courses. Very
6 of them. So then we go directly to the West Coast. We go to Fontana for the last race before its configuration. Vegas, Phoenix, come back to Atlanta, which Atlanta gets 2 dates, which I think is really cool. And then the big topic. Everybody has their particular opinions on it. It doesn't seem like internally guys are particularly happy about it. Bristol going dirt racing. Daryl, what do you think?
Why not?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what it is. Like, just let's
just
throw
go for it.
I like it. I like that attitude.
Yeah, just throw it out there. I believe this was a network driven decision. Fox says if you're going to make most of these things one day shows, you got to give us something to perk us up a little bit. And Bruton Smith and Marcus Smith and NASCAR delivered. They're going to bring a bunch of dump trucks worth of dirt and dump it right on top of Bristol and let us go.
Boy. That seems like so much cleanup. That's all I can think about.
Oh, it's going to be brutal,
The
but
worst.
it'll be cool. I think it'll be cool for the first time, couple times. Hopefully they run a couple legitimate dirt races, but like the weeks or days leading up to it. That way it gets the track nice and packed in and it's prepped well and everything. Hopefully Goodyear makes a legitimate dirt tire where we can like actually have some speed, because those trucks at Eldora are going about as slower than it's street stock around there, because the tires don't have particular grip and the cars aren't built for dirt. Cars are built for asphalt.
Right.
So that's, obviously when Kyle Larson comes back, he'll be the guy to beat. But beyond that, I don't think anybody else has really done a whole lot of dirt experience. Austin Dillon's got a little bit of dirt experience. I have zero. So
you're going to crush next year. You got so many road courses.
Yeah.
You have a dirt race.
I've already got a couple road course racing schools lined up. I need to get some laps around Coda.
Corey's going to get his iRacing sim back.
I do have to go get another iRacing sim back, strictly because road course
For real?
racing.
You really have to go up? You think you're going to go get another one?
I'm going to have to. Damn, the majority of the schedule is road courses anymore. And I've never I don't even know where Circuit of the Americas is.
It's worth it.
If somebody didn't tell me that it was in, where is it?
I think it's
Austin?
in Austin.
I wouldn't even know where the heck it is.
Oh,
So,
boy.
We go to Bristol Dirt, turn around, goes Martin. That's three short tracks in a row. Bristol Dirt, Martinsville, Richmond. Dega, Kansas, Darlington. Darlington, big news, gets two races.
They get
Hell
their
yeah.
Mother's Day event
Mother's
back.
Day weekend.
I
Love it. Love to see it.
I mean, where does a mother want to spend her weekend more than Darlington Raceway?
Nowhere. There's nowhere you'd else want to be.
That's got me written all over it.
You'd rather spend it there than Kansas,
That's true.
because at least you can drive back to the house
That's
that night.
true. That's true.
Then we go to Dover. Dover loses a date, which Dover, the same ownership group, owns Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
So the second date goes to Nashville Speedway, not the fairgrounds, the Speedway. Then we go to Circuit of the Americas. Then we go to Charlotte, Oval, Sonoma, if it's not burned down by then.
Lord, I hope not.
Thinking and praying for everybody out in California. It's crazy times out there. What, Daryl?
You have a way with words.
Yeah. California's burning down, man. It's not good.
Rico
Abreu, his family's vineyard, I guess, got burned as well.
Oh, no.
So Rico, sprint car driver, raced trucks for a little while. He lives out there. It's pretty crazy stuff. I
think those are the high points.
Yeah, Nashville, Pocono doubleheader. At least we have one more doubleheader on the schedule.
Right.
Road America's a new one. Xfinity Car's been going there for a couple years now. Cup's going there. What else we got? Oh, Indy. I'm interested to see what your take is on this. We all know that Indy, the rectangle, isn't the best race for stock cars. So they're going to the road course. Kind of takes some of the shine off of it. Like if you win the GP, it doesn't carry the weight as winning the Oval. The Brickyard 400. Now, they might call it the Brickyard 400 or 400 kilometers or what they're going to figure out. But it's just something about winning the Oval that I feel like is a little bit more, I don't know, prestigious than the road course. Daryl, what do you think?
Daryl, you don't have anything to say today. Are you not awake?
No, he's kind of down. He's a downer.
I say, why not? Let's try it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm for everything. I want to try it all.
Daryl, just give us some of your bad takes just to rile us up here.
Nope, because then I just get known as the Debbie Downer.
I can't believe you even care.
Now you're Daryl Downer. And then, generally speaking,
Indy road course. Listen, I'll tell you what the problem is, Corey.
Tell me.
All you little oval queens have no idea how to race on a road course. There's about 2 of you that are even decent at it. Chase Elliott's going to win half of those road courses.
Chase Elliott and Kaz Gralla.
Yeah,
they're going to
it's
rule
going to
it.
be 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
I disagree
the rest of
with
you,
that.
you can't even sniff their farts. You're not even close enough because you're sliding all over the racetrack. So road courses, fun for the viewer at home, but we ain't got the talent in our sport to be running road courses all year. That's just what I think.
I feel like
Sorry to say.
I feel like that's not a good take. That's another ice cold take.
That's what we wanted, though. That is what we wanted.
Yeah.
That's what we asked blood pumping.
See, Lauren, look, he knows.
I don't like all the road courses.
I'm not going to feed into that. I'm not feeding into that narrative, Daryl. I'm going to move on from that.
Name a good road course racer that is in the sport besides Chase Elliott right now.
Well,
Denny's okay.
There's lots
Martin
of good.
Truex.
There's lots of good. Martin Truex, a good road course racer. It's
again. Okay.
There's no more. Hey, 10 years ago when Boris said, and I fill in the blank with what you would consider a road course ringer. Those guys could come in and win a bush race. AJ Allmendinger was badass. Still is badass. Those guys growing up doing the discipline are going to be better than the guys that grow up not doing the discipline. That's just how it works. But collectively, the top 15 guys in the Cup Series have gotten better. They go to school. The simulators are getting better. So obviously, they're spending a lot of time on that. There's no road course ringers coming in that instantly compete for wins.
Well, something we haven't mentioned is the 2 tracks that we're not going to anymore at all.
Kentucky.
Chicago.
And Chicago.
Yeah. Daryl, you loved Chicago, didn't you?
I do love Chicago.
I like Chicago as well. I won my first ARCA race there. So I found it interesting. SMI loses a track, and ISC, or I guess NASCAR, loses a track. So they both gave one up to add 2 new tracks to the schedule, Road America, obviously Nashville, but COTA as well. So a little bit of giving and taking from both sides here to make it all happen. I'm excited about it. Do I love all the road courses? No, but hopefully they put on good shows.
Oh, well, I think there will be a lot of storylines next year. With the change up in the schedule, there will constantly be something to talk about. So
yeah, that's true. And
I mean,
at least there's lots of firsts.
You have to try new things. You got to try new things.
That
is going to be exciting. And maybe road course racing is, excuse me, the sweet spot that we're, that's going to be.
I don't agree with
captivating for people.
Well, I don't agree with that, but I do think
it's not
shakeups are short tracks of the heart. I would like to see we lose 2.5 miles for one short track and road course. A little bit of giving, a little bit of taking. But
what's your true thoughts, Corey, on 550 horsepower 1.5 mile package? We're far enough into the season now. What do you think?
No. I'm not saying I want to go to 1.5 miles. By no means. I do want to go to a short track, call it Kern County out in Bakersfield, or Nashville Fairgrounds with a 750 horsepower package and a short spoiler. Then you're racing. Then you're smashing into each other. Then it's fun. I think NASCAR is headed generally in that direction. But the heck I was going to say. Oh, I don't think that Kentucky and Chicago are done. Possibly Chicago. It doesn't look very good for them, obviously. But Kentucky's still a pretty nice facility. I see them being on the schedule in some form or fashion in the years to come. Maybe not, but I think that they can insert that certain times and places of the year to, go back. But if it gets stale, hey, axe it. We'll come back to you.
Hardcore.
But he didn't answer the question, Lauren. I just had very straightforward. 550 horsepower 1.5 miles. What's your thoughts? We're over halfway through the season.
Well, we've done it for 2 years now. Or I guess a year.
But this year, I'm saying this year with the tires and everything, what do you think?
I mean, I think we all collectively don't particularly like it, right? There's not a whole lot of finesse when it comes to hanging it out there, and you don't have a lot of disparity between straightaway speed and corner speed. That's when you get like the difference in moving and shaking, and you get the top working. But that's it is what it is. That's the sandbox we're playing in. That's what we got to deal with for at least for next year, and then the new car should have some different aero things to spice it up. But if NASCAR feels that the 550 horsepower range is what they want to work towards for engine durability and to get new manufacturers in, then so be it, and we'll work around it.
Fair enough. Well said. Let's take a break.
Yeah. Let's do. Let's
Yeah.
find something exciting to talk about.
Yeah, that was kind of boring.
Clutch Coffee Bar in Mooresville, North Carolina is redefining the drive-thru coffee game in Race City, USA. The Clutch experience is fast, friendly, and delicious. Clutch Coffee Bar offers signature lattes and mochas, custom-flavored infused energy drinks, smoothies, and more. You can also order our signature Clutch coffee beans online and have them shipped directly to you. Go to clutchcoffeebar.com or visit our 2 locations in Mooresville, 356 Williamson Road and 154 West Plaza Drive. Power up today with Clutch Coffee Bar.
And we're back. In other news, Chad Knaus,
Way more exciting topic.
way more exciting topic. He gets to move to the top level of Hendrick Motorsports. Literally.
He's a vice president, though?
Yeah.
Seems like not quite enough.
Well, you know.
Isn't he
He can't go
competition
straight
director?
to the top.
Straight to the top?
I'm sure he's going to get a nice office, a nice corner office with a view
Sure.
of the lake and the nice Exalta pit crew training facility over there at Hendrick Motorsports. So he's moving up literally and physically. I'm sure he's moving up a level.
Maybe.
He takes the elevator to his office now instead of just walking straight to it.
Right.
I just hate that William Byron doesn't get accosted weekly on the radio anymore come
William
21.
is probably so happy that his therapy charges are going to go down
Yeah.
for 2021. Like, he's like so excited.
He's only going
not
to have to
gonna
go once a month instead
Right.
of every week
every
now.
week. Yeah.
Obviously, Chad Knaus, arguably the greatest crew chief of all time. You know, there's a case for Dale Inman and some others, but Chad Knaus, 86 wins.
A lot. 7
That's a lot.
championships.
7 championships. No question that he deserves whatever comes his way. I could see, there's no rumors of this or anything, but I could see when a new manufacturer comes in going to Chad or somebody of the like. There's not many guys like Chad, but something along the lines of a Dodge and Ray Abraham. Remember when Dodge went and got Ray Abraham and Ray started his team and did the whole deal? I could see a BMW or, you know, if you were Dodge coming back into the sport, you probably wouldn't do it the same way because you kind of spent a lot of money and didn't do a whole lot. But hypothetically, Daryl, if you were the president of Honda and you were on find somebody to start your team around, who do you pick?
Oh boy, Jeff Gordon.
Well, he's going to be the owner or president of Hendrick, so you can't get him.
He's not available.
No, you got to
No.
pick legitimate candidates.
Chad Knaus.
I was trying to tee it up for you, but you got it on the second whack.
Oh, boy.
Lauren, do you think Mr. Hendrick and Chad calls up to Mr. H's office and he's like, I need to speak to you. Come up to my office. No, you come down to my office. No, you come up to my office. We'll meet in the middle. And then they sit in one of those big oval rooms and he goes, Mr. H, you got me working with children. I'm literally crew chiefing for a child. I'm done unless you give me a raise and a new office.
I want a white
Fine,
collar
Chad,
job.
you've
now.
earned it.
I can guarantee you that's not how that conversation went down.
But it sounds good.
Well,
it sounds good.
You were there, Corey?
I
didn't think they let you on the
No,
property.
I was not there. But
I don't know why he wouldn't just say, I've got enough money. I'm done. I'm just going to go to the beach.
no, he's got 2 kids now, so obviously doesn't want to go on the road, work the tireless hours he's doing now in the simulation and going to the wind tunnel and the whole bit. Side note, quick topic. Did you see the story that Hendrick self-policed himself for going a couple minutes over that 100 hours wind tunnel?
Was it minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like they went over a couple hours.
Well, might have been. Call it
Okay.
60 minutes.
Okay.
Right? But it was enough to where they're like,
Oops.
we went an extra 45 minutes. I don't think that's how it went down. I believe somebody probably ratted on him, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know. But they fined him $100,000 and lost some points or lost some hours next year. I think it went from 100 to 70.
Yikes.
So,
That's a lot
bad.
of money.
Slap on the hand.
That's like 12 pallets.
Yes.
Slap on the
So
hand.
true.
Can't do that. Abide by the rules.
Speaking of money, Corey, I've been trying to find a way to like NASCAR more. Like I told you, I got a bad taste in my mouth, so I thought about getting into trading cards.
Yeah.
Like if I start collecting NASCAR driving trading cards, then maybe I would be like reinvigorated.
Yeah. How's that
So I
going?
looked up Jimmy Johnson's rookie card because I'm like, oh, I'll buy the rookie card of one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I can get a Jimmy Johnson rookie card for either $20 or $19, or there's one in plastic for $149. So I was like, okay, that's good. But there's another one for $80. It says mint condition. Then I saw Bubba Wallace card up for grabs for like $439. What's going on in this world of trading cards?
Well,
Because I don't understand the prices.
Bubba merch is flying off the shelf right now. He's a hot commodity.
Jimmy Johnson, I don't know how many wins does he have? Like a lot, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And how many championships?
7 last time I counted.
Dang.
7, and his rookie card is hundreds of dollars less than Bubba. And I don't remember the last I checked. How many wins does Bubba have?
He's not in the Cup Series.
Not in the Cup. Yeah.
Yet.
Oh,
Yet.
dear. So
Guys.
why is his card worth $449?
Well, Daryl, I think that one's probably going to sit there for a while. I can't imagine
Yeah, now you
that
can
there's huge
you can
demand.
say that it's worth $1 million, but it's only worth what somebody's going to pay for it.
Right.
How much? I'm curious to know, Daryl. How much was a Corey LaJoy trading card? 50 cents?
1997.
Wow.
That's respectable. Now
So
it's still for sale.
$19.97, I can get an. Oh, wait, yours is autographed though, Corey, for $19.97.
Oh.
Well, it'd be worth $25 if it wasn't autographed. It devalued the property.
How is that happening though? That Bubba's is worth hundreds of dollars more than you and Jimmy Johnson.
I don't know.
Do you collect cards? Do you know people that collect cards? Lauren, does Andrew have a book of cards?
I sign a lot
He
of
has
cards.
Baseball cards. He doesn't currently collect them because I would not allow that. But
Yeah.
at one point in his life, he did.
So Panini's trying to revamp that trading card game, right? Because it was real big in my dad's day. They had cards for the crew chiefs, for the tire changers. Everybody had a trading card, and that kind of went away recently. And Panini's trying to bring it back. The same company that makes the basketball cards. So they actually, I think they do a good job. The cards look pretty cool. And then, they'll send you a stack and you sign, and they'll stick a signed card in a pack, right? When you buy a pack, you'll end up getting a Haley Deegan card or something like that's almost like a Pokemon, whatever. Nice card.
Hold on, Corey. I have to interrupt you as if we're in the debates. An autographed Dale Earnhardt classic card. Anybody? How much?
$800.
$149. What is happening?
Well, you also don't know its authenticity, though, either.
It says it's authentic right here.
Okay. Well,
Then you got to believe it. If it's on the internet.
Hey, maybe the market's a little bit wonky right now. You don't know.
I don't have $449 for a Bubba card, but I would pay $150 for an Earnhardt.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, that kind of leads to a topic that we were talking about in our group chat that I wanted to bring up. Daryl says, what's your point, Daryl? And I had some counter arguments to it.
Oh, do we have to do this again? People are just never going to like me again, Lauren.
No one liked you to begin with, Daryl.
This is the legitimate take. This isn't an ice cold take. I agree with you.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out how can we get some of our athletes to be more like superstar athletes, like how the NBA has superstar athletes. There's other sports like hockey where you might know 4 players in the entire league and people will get excited and stop them on the street. We have 4 drivers that go on Jimmy Fallon once a year and ride on motorized coolers. That's not exactly how you get your name out there.
No.
Our drivers aren't showing up on cereal boxes. I'm just saying, how do we get the branding back?
Used to. I think that. So do you say that the NBA does the best job of branding their superstars? Do you have COVID?
What is wrong with you?
Thank
I'm
you for
glad
not
you're not
coming in.
here.
Daryl, are you okay?
No.
Now you're
we can't
muted.
hear you.
Did you just cough your?
It's the morning, just a little morning,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
right.
All that
I think
drywall.
in
You
the
might have gone
world-
into some asbestos.
No, it's sanding dust. In the world, probably, the world football, over in Europe, they do like probably the best job in the world.
Well, those guys are
But then,
like demigods over there of sorts.
yes. Yeah. And then, I think over here in America, hockey probably does the worst. NBA probably does the best. NFL's somewhere in the middle. And I was just saying, where are we? If NBA is the top, hockey is the least, and NFL somewhere in the middle, where do we fit? Are we on the other side, closer to NBA, or are we on the latter side, closer to hockey, as far as our branding, our superstar talent?
So if hockey's
In
a
your
1,
opinion.
and
Yeah.
NFL's a 6 and the NBA is a 10, I think we are a 3 to a 4.
I'd say a 4.
Now, my very
That's
basic
not okay, guys.
it's not okay,
It's not great.
but because the same guys are competitive every week, because that's just the way the cars are structured right now. Like the same 4 guys are going to win races, besides Kurt Busch every now and then. My very basic take on this is what it's been for a couple years now, is strictly because NBA plays, when they're on TV playing their sport, they don't have any helmets on. They don't have any.
Mhm.
They don't have anything blocking their face. I think they're way more recognizable, and their last names are on the back of their jersey, right? When they make a big play, when LeBron James makes a big play, it's all over SportsCenter's, social media. It's all over everywhere when
Mhm.
LeBron James dunks, right? When Denny Hamlin, for example, makes a pass for the lead or wins the race, or I guess let's just say he has a good pass or a nice save or whatever, it's the 11 car. It's not Denny Hamlin's face. So I bet you there's a lot of Denny Hamlin fans that, not a lot, there's a percent of Denny Hamlin fans, if you put Denny Hamlin, his face up there, wouldn't be able to tell who it is. Is that fair to say? Because they are pulling for the 11 car, because the 11 car is successful and fast and winning races. There's somebody wearing a 4 shirt in the stands, going out to the Busch beer section, go to see Daryl Mott for a free Busch latte, that doesn't know what Kevin Harvick looks like. If he walked right by him, he could be there on the stage, doesn't know. So I think it's a combination of what we do as a sport is drive cars. Cars carry as much branding as much as the driver does, and then there's not as much endorsement deals, right? You don't see a driver sponsored by Adidas, because when you don't see what shoes he's wearing, driving shoes in the car, right? Like you don't wear Nike socks, it's limited for what you can push beyond your social media and what gets on the actual broadcast of your sport. So I think that, I think there's a lower ceiling to NASCAR when it comes to being able to brand the drivers as the superstars compared to the NBA guys. But there is room for improvement, and I do think NASCAR's addressing that, getting their winners or champions on Jimmy Fallon, on Howard Stern, throw it out there, getting on a more national platform. And I do think during the heyday, guys didn't want to do that. They were making a bunch of money. If they don't have to leave the house, they're comfortable making what they're making. Why fly to LA and do a movie preview or a premiere or whatever? Blaney did that several years ago. I think everybody's doing it less and less now, but I think it's swinging back the other way.
The Cars cartoon helped a lot.
Yeah. So that was, I think stuff like that, NASCAR's working hard, especially the LA office, to incorporate drivers and stuff like that more, to make the drivers more recognizable nationally.
What do you think,
so
Lauren?
it'd be nice to take the 3.5 or 4 and make it a 6, so it's comparable to a NFL type thing. But I think that strictly because we wear helmets and we're in a car, we're never going to be as recognizable as NBA guys.
But you have such a cooler job than the NBA guys. The NBA guys are 8.5 feet tall, shooting on a 10-foot bucket. That's boring.
But that's opinionated.
Race car drivers.
It's opinionated,
you can start
right?
on fire at any moment.
Because when you drive through a neighborhood, you don't see a racetrack with people racing. That you see a basketball court with 40 kids playing basketball, right? So when they're shooting a hoop, they make believe that they're Kobe, right? They think that they're LeBron, fill in the blank, Kevin Durant. You don't see the beyond Millbird Speedway, a bunch of 8-year-old kids riding around saying, "Oh yeah, oh Denny Hamlin, oh I just keep coming back to Denny Hamlin because he's winning." But
dude, I can't believe
Kevin
that
Harvick.
We've come full circle to where Corey is literally sucking his butt every other episode now.
Well, he's when you're winning consistently, you're relative, right? And it just pops in my brain. So
he's on your mind.
He hasn't particularly had a good playoff. I'm sure he's going to be trying to figure out how to win a couple more here and rack up some playoff points because Kevin Harvick is still the favorite for the championship. Let's go one more commercial break. Daryl's got to go hang some drywall and cough some COVID on whoever he's
I want to
working
know
next
what Lauren has to say. Because this one is actually interesting.
Yeah.
All I have to say is NASCAR doesn't have national appeal like the NBA or the NFL. And I think that's why.
It's more regional.
Well, it's more regional, and it's
there's
also
pockets everywhere, but just widespread.
There are lots of race fans out there, but there's also it's not very accessible, right? And if you either are a person who likes racing or you don't like racing and don't care to watch it, there's not a whole lot in between, right? You can not necessarily like football, but you tune in because it's exciting and it's all that. So
football guys have helmets on and uniforms and pads, so you can't see their face.
Who? Football guys?
Football guys.
Yeah, but you see Baker Mayfield in a Progressive commercial on any other broadcast, right? You see Pat Mahomes everywhere because he's balling out right now. Like the sport brands those guys with their helmet off, as we do too. But football's just a bigger sport with more corporate endorsements and more corporate sponsors that advertise on a national level.
Very interesting. Well, I would love to see it continue to grow. That is what I was saying in our group chat too. I want nothing more than for it to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I think we can do it.
Yeah, I think that, during the mid-2000s was probably when it was at its height. Matt Kenseth was with John Krasinski in a commercial, and, you can point to certain things. Guys were all over the place. Jeff Gordon was on Saturday Night Live, hosted it twice. Like, that's big stuff. And there's only one Jeff Gordon, so I don't see how who do you think would be the best host of Saturday Night Live in the Cup field right now, Daryl? Somebody had to pick. Don't say me.
Corey
Dude,
Joy.
I'd be so nervous, bro. I would shit my pants. Like I don't know if I could do it. I'd be so nervous.
I think Michael McDowell would be really funny.
No.
Michael McDowell is funny.
He's intense.
He
I
is
don't like
funny.
he doesn't. Are you talking about all of his Instagram videos anymore?
Oh no, I just think
I don't know, he's just
he floods my
kinda
timeline
wild.
with
You know,
his
he's
Instagram
funny.
videos. I think he's funny too, but
yeah, he's a funny guy.
I don't think
like
that
dad jokes.
Yeah, he's a dad joke. He's got like 6 kids.
But my last question is, and this was probably boring for fans, but I'm just curious. Like Sprint put so much effort into marketing the sport. I mean, they were a constant furnace. Do you think that we need something like that again? Because I feel like, everyone talks about 2000s, but actually when Sprint came in, I feel like it was almost better as far as visibility. They really pushed hard. Do you think we need a big time sponsor like that to come in and revamp branding?
I don't think we're going to get that. I think the model shifted a little bit to where.
Well, I think we tried that with Monster, and
Yeah.
I think this conversation will get me in trouble if I keep talking about it. So.
Oh, well, we don't want to do that then. I was just wondering what you thought. Monster was great, but maybe Monster wasn't the right fit for what we're talking about. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you see Geico puts their national ads up, incorporate NASCAR. Busch obviously does a lot. Monster's still in the fold.
Yep.
Who's
Geico.
the other?
Mobile One.
Who's the other fourth of the tier?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, right? So
Coca-Cola.
There are some, but there's definitely not like the fan-facing activation. I think that probably drove a lot of interest.
I was just wondering. It was a fun conversation. I love talking about the inner workings,
Yeah.
because we can't talk about Corey's win. So it's like we got to talk about something.
We got to
you
talk
know
about
what I mean?
true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break, come back with our Clutch Performer of the Week and our Corey LaJoy Auto O'Reilly Parts review session.
Citywide to countryside. Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. Go to HerculesTire.com. There you can find the nearest authorized Hercules retail location to you. Plus, you can use the tire tracker to find out which Hercules tire fits your vehicle the best. That's HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
And we're back.
Oh, okay.
The two most prized possessions of these show anymore.
Yep.
Daryl.
Everybody is going to be amped for this.
Everybody can't wait. We've already revealed it, so it's not much of a surprise. The clutch performer of the week is
Braxton Bush.
B-Rex.
Great job, Braxton.
Congratulations on your first Cub Cadet win or whatever cadet win at Millbridge Speedway. Many more to come.
That's right. The Bushes swept the weekend.
You only have 207 more to go to catch your old man, so keep hammering those cadets into submission every Wednesday night, Braxton. Since you're not old enough to drink coffee, I don't recommend Samantha giving Brex a nice iced coffee from Clutch. But Samantha can grab one.
Yep.
Because the Clutch Performer of the Week is brought to you by Clutch Coffee Bar in Mooresville, North Carolina. You can order Clutch coffee beans online and have them shipped directly to you. Go to clutchcoffeebar.com. All right, Daryl.
Wow. Braxton Bush is getting 5,000 more likes on photos than Corey LaJoy. That's just got to chap your ass, man.
I can't sleep. I lose so much sleep at night just not being able to get as many likes on my photos as Braxton Bush.
Oh, boy.
You know what? Maybe someday I'll grow up and be like him. Maybe not. I don't know.
He's just a kid with a dream and an overbearing father, and here we go.
I like my followers on social media.
History
if you want to follow me, great.
Itself.
If you don't want to follow me, then great. Doesn't matter to me.
What about some O'Reilly Auto Parts reviews?
Yeah, how about we get to that? That's the best section.
Corey, we have some good reviews this week.
All right, let's let them rip.
There's one that's very long, Daryl.
You want to read the long one, Lauren?
No,
you
you
do it.
We want to listen to your voice.
No, we want to listen to your voice, Lauren.
Money, Airborne Bucky says, 5 stars. I recently got back from a spiritual retreat in the mountains, and the monks there told me that in order to find true peace, I must learn to embrace every horrible experience in my life. So I need to talk about the time I listened to your podcast. Just kidding. Great show. Will definitely be missed. Corey, you sure as hell can drive my car next year. Lunch will be provided and everything. Is grilled cheese okay?
Yeah, love it.
So good.
5 stars. Almost a pharma.
What?
Corey, please don't go. Look, this may be long-winded, but bear with me. I have listened to every single Sunday Money, and let me tell you, it's been quite a ride. At the beginning of their podcasting adventure, it seemed as if they were trying to emulate another show that had to do with plastic boxes and feelings, like a podcast about life with some light racing sprinkled in between. I wasn't sold on that format early on, but I kept coming back to listen to Corey talk about racing and what it's like to, stack pennies. And I continue. Yeah. Once they started focusing more on NASCAR and race weekends, it not only became my favorite racing podcast, but my favorite podcast to listen to, period. Corey doesn't hold back any punches and provides amazing insight on what it's like to be behind the wheel and how NASCAR works from a driver's perspective. It's given me a new look at drivers and teams who don't compete for wins every weekend. That's true. We can't forget about the other hosts, Daryl and Lauren. Daryl takes a large portion of punches from listeners, reviewers, and even the other hosts. But I don't think it's warranted. Sure, he may push buttons or try to get under some skin, but that's how we end up with some of the best NASCAR conversation I've ever heard on air. Thank you, Daryl. Lauren feels like the glue that keeps you two together. She always reminds me of,
Elmer's,
on a weekly basis, that Florida doesn't have a cookout, and that does make me sad. Honestly, I love the podcast more than Door Bumper Clear or Dale Jr. Download. Corey, I am begging you. Please keep this going next season.
That was the longest review I've ever heard. I mean,
I'm tired after listening to that.
How do you feel about that?
I feel great. It was so complimentary.
Yeah.
That
I
perked
mean,
me
there's
up.
another one, but what does it matter? We got 5 stars everywhere, guys. We're the best podcast in NASCAR.
Ever.
Best
The
NASCAR
history.
podcast.
In the history. I don't know. Hey, I'll be honest with you. Dale Jr.'s with Larry Mack was pretty good this past week. I don't know if you hadn't listened to it.
No,
Larry
boring,
Mack's
no
pretty-
thanks.
No, Larry Mack was interesting. That guy, his memory is so good. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. He can remember back what lap he blew up 1984 North Wilkesboro.
That is
Corey, we
weird.
don't
I don't
listen to this
understand people like
podcast.
that.
What makes you think Lauren and I go and listen to everybody else's?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No, I'm saying that our audience might enjoy going to listen to Larry Mack on Dale Jr.
I do listen occasionally.
But thank you for
Do you?
the longest-winded review of all time. It was 5 stars. We can't thank you enough.
That's all we care about.
That's it. Now, when you're thinking review and how great this podcast is, you also better thank O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. They're close, convenient, and known for their guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. God, I botched that. Stop by your local auto parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day.
Every day.
Sorry about that, guys.
That was great.
That's
That was
okay.
lackluster.
Guys, we have 6 to go. Is that right?
I don't know. You're the one with the countdown, dog. I'm
Okay, hold
enjoying
on.
it. I would do this thing
1,
forever,
2,
but you're
3,
the one
4.
bailing on everybody.
No, hold on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 left. Hey, should we have a party?
Maybe no.
Definitely.
I was thinking about
No,
maybe we
you
do.
can't. COVID restrict.
Maybe we do a Christmas special. One last hurrah.
No. We have 6 to go, but I'm saying on the last 6 ones, should we do a party?
Yeah, we'll have a party.
I think Lauren would do it again. Lauren, would you do it again in January after we've had a break?
I don't know. Maybe after we've had a break, but you guys have truly sucked the life out of me this year. Truly. This has been taxing on my happiness.
That's because you had a baby and you're not getting any sleep.
No, I sleep all night.
Maybe it's
Lauren's
maybe,
baby
maybe
looks
it's
like
just
her
your
mother. Let's talk about it.
maybe it's your
I'm done. I'm
nutrition.
so hungry.
I'm so hungry
It
too.
probably is my nutrition.
Yeah, or lack thereof. I mean, you only get so much nutrition from Olive Garden breadstick
Right.
every week.
That's where we'll have our party, our end of Sunday money party.
Just
we'll go to Olive Garden.
Basket the sticks
Oh, let's do it. Guys, it's been a lot of fun.
and the
I really
Italian
appreciate
trio.
spending time together again.
Agreed.
Hey Daryl, wish me luck. I got a big day today. Got some meetings. Got some calls. Good stuff.
When are we going to know something about if you're going to have a job next
2
year?
weeks probably.
2 weeks?
2
You said that 2
weeks.
weeks ago.
Well, stuff doesn't move very fast in this deal.
Ay.
Is there anybody else having meetings also, Corey? Here's my
Everybody's
advice.
having
In the NASCAR world, you should show up an hour early and stay an hour late so you can see who pulls up after you leave.
Just sit in the parking lot.
Yeah. That's how it happens, though. I mean, that's what it is.
Of
You bring-
course.
But
They probably
And
space
they
them 15
Tanya
minutes
Harding
out.
each
So
other.
as soon as you
Yeah.
get in your car and leave whatever team you're going to, just know somebody else is pulling in 15 minutes later.
Daryl, I've been in this position for 5 years. Nobody knows as good as I do how this deal works.
Okay, can I give you some more advice?
Yeah.
Whatever amount of money you have, always add a 0. So,
Yeah.
if you have $400,000, be like, actually, I have $4 million to spend, but we just got to work out the details.
No,
just always
it's
inflate,
not.
always
You don't
inflate.
add a 0. It seems like everybody else doubles it, and then when the check actually has to get written, they have half of what they say they do. But I don't lie. I'm straight up. I play my cards up.
Straight up.
Say it like it is, man. I don't lie. This is
He
what
has
this
$12.
is what I got. No, I got a lot of partners that are signed back up. Built Bar, Sluter Systems, all these guys ready to rock. Ready to go
Corey, I
racing.
can't wait for your announcement. I hope you do it here and not on TikTok.
Well, it looks as such. You can't even make a move without it getting released. But I'm gonna try to keep it tight-lipped because when I sign something, I will do it here first.
Why don't we have Adam Stern announce it on here instead of him just
I kind of
leaking it
do
on
want to
Twitter?
get like I think Adam Stern's a little bit of a mystery man. I don't feel like anybody really knows who he is.
Agreed.
I wouldn't mind getting him on here and be like, "Yo,
Before
how the
we end
hell
this thing.
do you get all the information that you get
I love
and
Adam
structure
Stern.
your
Have you ever met
tweets?
him, Corey?
so organized?" I've never met him.
Wow.
He's great.
Yeah, so maybe we can just whenever your Zoom doesn't work, we'll just plug him in, have him on for the
And
show.
you know the funniest thing is, he's like young Lauren.
Yeah.
He's like a young dude.
Yeah.
and he's
and
got
he's
all
just
the
so
plugs.
in the
She's-
know. In the know.
He's the Adam Schefter of NASCAR. That's what he is. He always has the plugs. Got the leads. All right. I gotta
I'm excited for you. Good luck in your meetings today.
Hey, thanks.
Lauren, always pleasure.
Thanks.
Have a great day. Wear a mask because that cough's a little bit concerning.